put this on your list. My family and I make this all the time, and my dad would actually grill the salmon or tilapia or halibut or some sort of fresh fish outside on the grill, and then I would make the mango salsa, and we'd all sit outside and eat. But if you don't have a grill, you don't have time, maybe your weeknight meal or something, you can just do what I'm going to do here tonight or today, and that's just pan sear the salmon, which is just as easy. Actually, I think easier. There we go. Great. So we've got a nice large base of mango there. That looks great. The next ingredient we're going to add is a totally different color of a beautiful red bell pepper. And you certainly use a green bell pepper or orange or yellow, but the reason I like red is because it adds this completely different contrast in color. So I've got some already diced up here. I'm going to add that in. It's about half a bell pepper. Grab a spoon so I can stir that up. Looking good. And as you can see, I've seeded this bell pepper, and then just to dice it, you just cut it into thin strips like this. If you wanted to add some more. Ooh, there we go. And then we just dice that right up. And there's some nice small pieces. Great. We've got plenty there. I love that red and yellow contrast. It's just beautiful, and we're going to keep adding even more contrast. Next, let's go with, how about the red onion? Now for red onions, what I've already done is I peeled off the outer shell and I cut off one end. I kept this other end on here because I'll show you, it makes it easier to dice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut straight down the middle of that end. So what we have is half of a red onion, and it's held together by this nice piece here, which is going to help us while we're dicing it. So the way you want to dice it is you just want to go in with your knife like that, but not to this end here where it's connected, because you want to let it hold together. So you just want to cut some nice thin strips there. And you don't have to be quick. Be careful. This is also round, and you're working with a sharp knife, so just take your time. This is looking good. Same thing on the other side. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is just go, we've got these all cut up into these nice little slices. We're just going to go straight down, and you'll end up with these perfect dice. It wasn't that easy. That's plenty. You could go ahead and do the whole half onion if you'd like, or just, I don't even measure really in this dish. It's just kind of whatever looks good. Chop that up a little bit smaller. Great. And one tip on red onions, if they do make you cry when you're cutting them, a good way to avoid that is to put the onion in the refrigerator and keep it chilled. And that will prevent the sulfur compounds from interacting with your eyes. So that's one tip there. I know that's one thing that always has bothered me is onions, when I'm cutting them, they make me tear up. This one wasn't too bad, fortunately. All right, that's looking great. Next ingredient we have is a jalapeno, because this is salsa. Now you want to be careful because jalapenos can vary in their heat. Some are very mild, almost like a bell pepper, whereas some are very, very hot. And I've gotten to where I can actually smell a jalapeno, and I have a feeling this one's going to be really hot. It's like you can smell the heat. It's really interesting. You'll have to try it sometime. Smell your jalapeno and see if you can smell the heat. That smells like a hot one. The way you could try it is just, oh my. Yeah, that's a hot one. I was right. Wow. So I definitely do not want to use more than 1 jalapeno for this salsa. I might even just use half. And in jalapenos, really, the heat comes from this white pith inside. It's not actually the seeds or the green part, it's the pith inside. So if you did want to try to make the jalapeno less hot, you could simply cut out that inner seeds and pith and leave that out. In general, I do like my salsa spicy, so I usually leave it in, but you know,